box to get all breaking news alert.
Attack for many years now. She has never been one to shy away from their problems or be afraid to speak openly about them. Every family has problems, and at least she is honest about it rather than hiding their problems and portraying her life as being perfect. On Monday, December 18, 2017, the unthinkable happened and her family is once again back in the spotlight. Her son's horrific decisions will have a lasting effect on this family. Sarah now needs our support more than ever. This comes only 9 months after the tragic news of her husband's bad snowmobile accident that severely injured him. In that time she's trudged along and made waves as a woman in the conservative movement and a major voice. She's someone who liberals are constantly trying to discredit, slander, and otherwise attack, and this latest incident with her son this week will put her in the center of their verbal assault. If there's anyone who can overcome such a hateful and personal ambush such as this, it's Palin. According to the Los Angeles Times. After years of attention that accompanied Palin's role as a popular and controversial conservative advocate and media personality, the family is once again under scrutiny, this time after her eldest son was arrested on suspicion of breaking into his parents' home and beating his father. Painful new details emerged Monday about the arrest of Palin, who at one point pleaded with his father to shoot him, according to a police affidavit. The document said his father, Todd, was brandishing a gun but refused to shoot. After his arrest, Palin, 28, was charged with first-degree burglary, fourth-degree assault and criminal mischief. He remains in custody. The police affidavit, contained in a court filing, describes a chaotic scene at the family's home in Wasilla, Alaska, when Palin confronted his father over a truck he wanted to pick up. Todd Palin had told him not to come to the home because Palin had been drinking and taking pain medication, according to the affidavit and charging documents. Told him he was going to come anyway to beat his ass, according to an affidavit filed by Wasilla police officer Adam LaPointe. When Todd Palin, 53, confronted his son at the door with a pistol, the younger Palin broke a window and entered the house and started beating his father, according to court filings. Palin pushed his father to the ground and hit him repeatedly on the head, the documents say. Sarah Palin called police at 8:30 p.m. and said her son was freaking out and was on some type of medication. When police arrived, they saw Todd and Sarah Palin fleeing the house in separate vehicles, Todd Palin with blood running down his face and Sarah Palin looking visibly upset, the documents say. Police confronted Palin in the home. He called them peasants and told them to lay down their weapons, according to the documents. Eventually, Palin left the house and was placed in handcuffs. He told police that when he arrived at the house, his father aimed his gun at him, and he urged his father to shoot him several times before entering the house, according to the documents. When police interviewed Todd Palin, he was bleeding from multiple cuts to his head, and one ear was discharging liquid, the documents say. There is no record of an interview with Sarah Palin. The Wasilla Police Department did not respond to a question about whether its officers interviewed her. A judge set Palin's bail at $5,000. He remains in custody at the Matsu Pretrial Facility in Palmer, Alaska. Palmer-Dist. Attorney Roman J. Kalishiak said that if Palin remains in custody, his office must take the case to the grand jury within 10 days. If Palin pays bail and is released, prosecutors will have 20 days to go before the grand jury. In the midst of her stress over the horrific situation and the inevitable public humiliation that would come of it, liberal reporters were quick to the bit demanding the statement. Palin, the former governor of Alaska, declined to comment, and who could blame her since her words, regardless what they were, would be used against her by her detractors. Instead, her attorney made an announcement on her and her assaulted husband, Todd Palin's behalf. Given the nature of actions addressed by law enforcement and the charges involved, the Palins are unable to comment further, John Timmerson said in a statement. They ask that the family's privacy is respected during this challenging situation, just as others dealing with a struggling family member would also request. Sarah Palin has not commented publicly about the encounter. On social media, She has continued to offer her take on current events and politics, LA Times reported. The incident is the latest controversy involving the Palins since McCain picked Sarah Palin to be his running mate in 2008. At the time, she had been governor of Alaska for less than 2 years and was a relative unknown in the lower 48 states. Just days after Palin was named as the vice presidential nominee, she acknowledged that her unmarried teenage daughter Bristol was pregnant, the left-leaning paper was sure to point out. Sarah Palin has always been open about her son, tracks struggles with PTSD after serving in Iraq, and this incident should serve as a platform for bringing attention to a very big and misunderstood issue in our society, not another way to slander this accomplished female politician. Impressively, despite all the detractors in her life who love to hate her, she has not kept it a secret that this is not Track's first run-in with the law. She and her family will once again be the center of attack, after having already been physically attacked by her disturbed son, but at least she is real about it and not trying to cover it all up as Democrats have done with all their scandalous sexual affairs.